my research that I conducted was looking at the psychosocial well-being of students across the range of the 4 types of schools that kids are placed into in Guyana. So I went into an A school, a B school, a C school, and a D school, and I looked at the students' psychosocial well-being.
And what were some of the findings from your research?
So what I discovered was that whilst it's known that students in B, C, and D schools would be better off in a mixed ability school, what I found out in my research was that the students actually in the A school had the lowest psychosocial well-being compared to the B, C, and D school students. So the D school students had higher self-esteem, future expectations, and what's the other one? Student engagement. Yes, they had higher student engagement than the school A students.
And from previous research, from research conducted by other persons before you, is this strange?
No, so selective education systems have been studied widely around the world, and a lot of countries are trying to change their systems. And this outcome has been shown in many countries before. This is the first time it's been shown in the Caribbean, but it's known as the big fish, little pond effect. So what happens is students who are clever, when they're in their regular primary school, which is filled with mixed ability students, they are the big fish in the little pond, right? And then when they sit common entrance and they get placed into an A school, all of a sudden they are a little fish in a big pond. And so this has an impact on their psychosocial well-being. It's shown that their self-esteem plummets. They actually have low student engagement, so they lose interest in school, and then their expectations for their future lowers. So, and this effect is long lasting. So this effect has been shown to last 5 years post-graduation.
And establishing that, what do you think, or what have you found that could be possible solutions to this?
So researchers have looked into what you can do within the system, right? So if you maintain the academic system as it is with the NGSA, what can you do? And they've found that there's not much that can be done other than sort of trying to instill a culture of cooperativeness rather than competitiveness within the school, but it's really challenging. And so they say that actually there's no way around it. If you have a selective education system like Guyana does, then you're likely to have an effect like the big fish, little pond effect. And the only thing you can do really is to change it to a more egalitarian system.
And what would a more egalitarian system look like?
So there's excellent research coming out of Barbados. Most of the Caribbean countries who have this same system as Guyana have looked into what they could have instead of it, how they could abolish it. And there's some excellent research, yes, coming out of Barbados because they're really keen to change it, where it's sort of what the minister was saying, in that you need all schools to have equal capacity, and that means equal infrastructure. The teachers are just as committed, and the motivation of the students is higher because they don't feel that they've just been labeled as the bad students. And so what you do is you localize education. So everyone goes to the school that is closest to their house. Doesn't matter what your abilities are, and all the mixed ability children are together. And I mean, that's the way it is in a lot of countries around the world.